Rika Rockstars 1 here. I did a mod recently to one of these two controllers. Now you may be asking me, what did you do? Well, you'll soon find out. But other than that, if you've ever used an Xbox controller, the Controller S or a 360 controller, you'll probably notice it looks similar to one. In fact, I do have an original Xbox to compare one of the controllers to. If I can fish it out. Here we are. Ah, the breakaway cable broke off. Here's a compare to an original Xbox controller if anyone's curious. As you can see, there are similarities. If I can get all three in shot. Both of these two are a clear blue color. That one's a solid gray, but it doesn't matter to me. That's not the whole purpose of why I grabbed it. Plus, other than that, if you've used an original Xbox controller, it's similar to using a Dreamcast controller in some ways. I mean, you've got similar button layout. The colors may be different on the face buttons, but it's essentially the same. But other than that, yeah. Let's get this controller out of the way. I want to focus on these two. I did a mod to the gray controller. I might do it the same to the blue, or basically transfer the mod to the one on the blue one. As you can see, I modified the joystick. It may not look like it, but I did. I'll show the one on the left, the blue controller, first. I'll go ahead and bring this one up close. If you ever used a Dreamcast controller, you may have noticed the thumbstick is plasticky. Well, it's made of plastic, and your thumb, it tends to slip on it, like what mine does sometimes. I don't like the thumbstick on the Dream. I mean, to be fair, compared to an N64 one, at least the longevity is going to last longer on a Dreamcast controller, unlike the N64, which has those plastic things that will wear out from time to time. But that's the only thing negative about the Dreamcast one. But let me show you what I did to this gray one. I'm using the gray one just as a test, and if I like how it turns out, I'll probably either transfer this to the blue one or basically get another part and do the same routine. What I did was I took one from a third-party GameCube controller, or a cheap generic one made by TJ'sTech or Circa. In fact, let me go ahead and grab it. I took it from a third-party GameCube analog stick, you know, the ones for TJ'sTech or Circa. The only thing that's worth from those is basically the parts. But other than that, if you want to go for one of those cheap generic controllers, it's your choice. I'm not going to force you. They're really good for basically using it as replacement parts, basically make lemons out of lemonade. Both of my TJ'sTech controllers that I have in the past unfortunately died out on me. So I decided to make lemons out of lemonade. Other than that, that's what I did to my Dreamcast controller. I took some super glue, I dabbed it onto the thumbstick. Obviously I had the controller disassembled because if I were to do it while it's assembled, I would accidentally glue it sticking in position, and trust me, you don't want to do that while it's fully assembled. You should disassemble the controller first and then get right to the action. But other than that, overall, I haven't tested it out with the game yet, but doing this mod actually makes a world of difference. It doesn't have to be a GameCube thumbstick like a third-party one. It can be first-party, but why would you want to do that to an official Nintendo first-party controller? That would defeat the purpose. It can also be a Wii nunchuck, PlayStation analog stick, Xbox, any controller that has a rubber grip. You can just, whether being first party or third party, just take the top off, spread it around on the Dreamcast thumbstick, and glue it into position, and then you should be good to go. That's what I did, but yeah, it makes a world of difference. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and edit the video and demonstrate with Sonic Adventure. So I'm going to hook up my Dreamcast and have it run in action, so stay tuned for that. Sorry about the long waits, but my Dreamcast recently had the resetting problem, so I did everything I could to fix it and get it working. So let's go ahead and play some Sonic Adventure. We're going to select Sonic because why not? We're going to select my favorite stage, Twinkle Park. Also, here's the controller in action. I'll try to demonstrate it and show you in action. We'll see how it turns out. So, I'll try to do both on camera and So far, pretty good. Die, robots! Oh. Well, I got the right color car. Let's see how this works. So far, pretty good. I'm actually very impressed. Whoa! Wasn't paying attention. Well, at least I show you the controller in action. Where are those two robots? Hey, buddies! I want that one. Gotta go with the blue that matches Sonic. Of course. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. 5 rings. I don't know if you can get this on screen, but so far this is actually performing like it's supposed to. I'm actually very impressed. Sorry that I'm trying to do this both holding the controller and playing at the same time. Kind of tricky. Take those evil monkey robots. Yeah, I got a extra life. I'd say 1-up, but that's a Mario term, and this is a Sonic game. I really miss Ryan Drummond doing the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. The new guy, Ben Schwartz, who did the live-action movie, was actually close to Ryan Drummond. I'm very impressed. If he replaces Roger Craig... I told you this would happen, but other than that, yeah. That's the resetting problem. I'll just go ahead and jump to final conclusions. Well, in conclusion, as you can tell, I do apologize for my Dreamcast cutting out in the middle of gameplay. Not my fault. My Dreamcast is having the reset issue problem, so I'll get it worked on and off screen, so the next time I do a Dreamcast video, that won't happen again. But the point is, this mod is what I recommend doing. I'd recommend picking up a cheap generic GameCube controller. Even if you don't have a GameCube, buy one anyway. Make lemons out of lemonade with it. And you'll have yourself a very reliable Dreamcast thumbstick. Of course there's other methods, but I want to show you my method. So I guess I'll go ahead and take that out of this controller and put it in my blue one. I'm actually very impressed. So thanks for watching. This is Rico Rock Styles 1 signing off. Maybe I'll buy some more replacement thumbsticks and try different ones and see which ones work the best. But for now, that's all I have to share.